Pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love your pride, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, running from ear to ear. Craving the raven and rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom, boom, boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we got a good show for you. We're going to start adding new guests in every week and, try to get them on at least more than once a week. But today is Wednesday, of course, and we will be doing the After the Storm because remember, every Wednesday we'll be doing the Thunder update. As a matter of fact, I got a phone call from them about tickets and all that. I'm just laughing, dude. I've gone to, every home game in the last 2 years, pretty much. I think I missed 3 or 4. So I probably averaged 38 home games over the last 2 years. But we were really good. Randy right now, we probably only went to maybe 18, something like that, because most of them were just blowouts. And he and I, like, all we did is go there and get drunk. So we tended to stay away from that unless my girl Jennifer Falkenstein, my Thunder girl, that was my partner. That we went to every Thunder game with, unless she wanted to go, and then we did whatever the hell she wanted because that's what we do for our friends. Whatever the hell they want to do, that we do. If they're your BFF and they're a girl, you do whatever the hell they want. That's kind of how that works, and I'm learning that in the process as I get older. Is that's what you do. You do whatever the hell they want. It makes your life a lot easier when you tend to do that. Let me see. Is that even on? Okay, yeah, cool. I was making sure I was on. Anyway, today we got a good show. We got Uwe Shaman coming on, talking a little bit about golf. Has a golf tournament coming up. Him and Terry Peters, longtime friend of mine. I'm so close to these guys because they, when I was being recruited by OU and OSU back in the day, these were the top guys that they're at OU, and I spent a lot of time from Oklahoma City. Spent a lot of time in Norman. So really good friends with these guys, and so all I'm doing is waiting for Uwe to sign in. Let me see. Sign in whenever you're ready, bro. Anyway, I just sent a text to Uwe, let him know that I sent him a Zoom, so I'm just waiting for him to come on, and we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff, talk about the NFL and all the things that are going on. That NFL schedule was released today, so we're going to talk more about that. And then just remember, if you have any questions or anything like that, and I need to go in and I need to do that this week. I need to call Russell at Collaborative Logic and go in and get my stream deck done. I need to do that. But anyway, if you got any questions, you can Skype us or send us a text, 405-551-8300. That's 405-551-8300. If you've got any questions or comments or anything about the show that you want to talk about, please, by all means, go ahead and do that. And today we're supposed to be at Ned's, one of my favorite places to go to. Yeah, I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys have all been there. To Ned's Starlite Lounge over on May. I think we're going to go, or we're going to try to do that this evening because I'm doing the After the Storm, the Thunder, once every Wednesday. I talked about this last week. Every Wednesday we will do a Thunder update show talking about the Thunder, what's going on with them. So we're going to do that every Wednesday. So I'm going to try to go to Ned's to see if we can. I got to call Ned to make sure we can do that because I know they do have a busy deal, and it is Wednesday, which is Wings Wednesday. So I need to call Ned to make sure that we can get on there today, this evening early, because I know they're pretty busy, and I try not to interrupt people's businesses and things like that. That's one of the reasons why when we go to Cats and we do it at Cats, it's a little bit easier simply because we don't have to worry about being out there on the patio. Nobody really bothers us out there, and so we can get done whatever we want to get done without having to worry about any of that stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier to do. And I don't understand why my Ned's thing is not up here. I don't know where it is. It's like it's got deleted for some reason. I guess I'm gonna have to redo a new Ned's, which is not gonna take me long to redo one. So I'll go ahead and do that as soon as the show is over with. I'll go ahead and do a Ned's thing. But anyway, if you have questions, contact us at 405-551-8300. And I don't see my Ned's deal up there, huh? That's weird, huh? Anyway, I guess I got me do me a new one, put it up there, no big deal. It's really easy to do. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Like I said, I'm waiting for our guy Uwe Cham to come up, and what we're going to talk about is a tournament, Tee It Up for the Spencer Parks. And Terry Peters, longtime great OU cornerback in the 70s on their, I believe they won the national title when Terry was there. Great player, of course, NFL, I'm pretty sure played for the Redskins or the Jets, one of them. But anyway, he's got a fundraising tournament this Friday, May 12th at John Conrad. Still have not played that course yet. They redid it. It's supposed to be fantastic. 711 South Douglas Boulevard there in Midwest City. You can contact them for more information. You can contact Dwayne Peters. There's the phone number right there, 405-706-4868. And you can do the or D Peters Racing at yahoo.com. You can find it. But anyway, the information ends May 1st, but I'm sure if you still want to register, I'm sure you could probably get in and do that. So you can sign up today. It supports the Spencer Parks. You guys know I have an issue with that because I did go to Southeast and Star Spencer. It's just really hard for me to cheer for anything to do with Spencer, but it is Spencer Parks, and it is for kids, so I kind of need to let that go. But you can register online at Spencer Parks and Recreation Perfection, Perfect Golf Event. Okay, Perfect Golf Event. I like that. Anyway, the city of Spencer, and I have issues with that, but hopefully Uwe will pop up and we can talk more about that. If he doesn't, we won't worry about it. And then also remember this big, huge gymnastic event is national championships for USA Gymnastics. Will be here in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City Convention Center. Actually, it's attached to the Omni Hotel, just right there across the street from Scissortail Park and right across from Paycom. So you can't miss the event. Everybody knows where the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, it starts Thursday from 9 to 9 of the men's events, Friday from 9 to 8:30 on men's, Saturday from 9 to 4, and then Sunday from 9 to 3. And then, of course, on Saturday from 5:30 to 9 is the Men's College Club National Championships, which is all the best men's gymnasts from all over the country will be competing on their national club teams for the national championship Saturday night from 5:30 to 9. And then the women's events, the opening ceremony is Thursday. Dude, I can't even spell Thursday right. I need to go redo that. May 11th, which is tomorrow from 6 to 8. Friday from 6:30 to 9:30, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday from 8:30 to 9:30. So anyway, it's going to be a great deal. I may have to swing by there and check it out. I think it's usag.org or usagym.org, I believe is what the registration is. So you can go to that. That should be up there. I need to fix that as well. But anyway, you can go up there. You can check it out for the National Gymnastics for USA. And it was interesting that I was talking about this yesterday, how that the men's gymnastics there's less and less men's gymnastic teams, which is kind of interesting because we did talk about how there are more and more men's gymnasts than there are women's gymnasts, there's less and less, there's more and more women's gymnasts than there are men's. The men's are slowly starting to slip off, and I think a lot of that is just like other sports, is that soccer's starting to eat up a lot of these athletes where, they would go into gymnastics or they would go into basketball or football or baseball, and now they're tending to go more towards soccer. It's starting to eat up, and it's becoming more and more popular in the United States, and more athletes. Because to be a gymnast, you're an athlete. You're not not an athlete. Women or men, that's irrelevant. You're an athlete if you're a gymnast. I mean, stop it. For anybody that says that they're not, you're an idiot. They are for sure gymnasts, and it's just idiotic for anybody to say anything less. Now, we will be having, of course, our guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He'll be on. And then, of course, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman will be on talking about hockey because we had some good stuff last night. My Stars took care of business. So, but anyway, we'll talk about that. And then, of course, we have some huge, huge, huge games coming up in the NBA tonight. And so, but anyway, to start it off, let's talk about some NBA scores. Last night, the Sixers just smashed the Celtics in Boston. Uh, Jason Tatum, he scored a bunch of points, but they didn't matter. It's like, it cracks me up. Oh, you look at the stat line. When the hell did you score them? Did you score them when it's just like Dak Prescott argue with people all the time about Dak? Well, he had all these. Well, yeah, he had all these yards, but they weren't meaningful. The game was out of line. He was already down 30 or 28. Yeah, he came back and threw 3 touchdowns and threw for 400 yards and all of that. But where was he at when the game was 7-3 or 10-3 or whatever, and the game was tight and it was 3rd and 8? Where was the throw then to get the first down? So there's a lot of empty calories in his stats. And quite frankly, the Sixers Boston should have won Game 4. But they didn't. They gave Sixers a life, and the Sixers came out and punched them in the mouth in Game 5 and kept right on going from there. So Game 6 is coming up tomorrow, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. But the Sixers now have a 3-2 advantage instead of everybody assumed it would be the other way around. But now the question is whether the Celtics are going to make it back. And if they don't, if they do get beat in 6, then do you dismantle the team because you've had 4 to 5 years of Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown together along with JT? What do you do? And to me, Jason Tatum is clearly your best player. So you really can't do a whole lot with him. You got to keep him. Jaylen Brown has been on the chopping block forever because he is an alpha, but he's a B player. He's not an alpha A. He's an alpha B. It's like Russell Westbrook. He's an alpha, but he's an alpha B, not an alpha A. And it makes a huge difference because your alpha A's get you points, they get you wins, they get you this. Alpha B's have the alpha mentality where they are a dog, but they don't have the game to go along with what it takes to be an alpha A, if that makes any sense to you guys. Those of you who know basketball, you know exactly what I'm talking about, except for you delusional Russell fans. Y'all are delusional, so y'all don't know. Nobody can talk to you about anything. Suns and the Nuggets took care of business with the Suns. We knew the Suns, there's no way Devin Booker was going to continue to shoot the way he did. Kevin Durant is just not shooting the way that he needs to be shooting in order to maintain that level, and leaving Devin Booker. But they will be going back to Phoenix for Game 6, which means, guess what? Their home players, their role players will play good, just like Denver's did. It's just the way it works. Bruce Brown coming out and scoring 25 or whatever he got last night. Come on. That's what role players do. They play better at home than they do on the road. Now the question is, what is Jamal Murray going to do? We know Jokic's game transfers. Whether you're at home or the road, Jokic's game transfers. It does what it does. Murray came out with that big game 1. We knew he wasn't going to continue to do that. That was a one-time thing. I don't trust him at all, just like I don't trust Jason Tatum. I love Jason Tatum. He's a top 5 player, but I don't trust him in big moments. I just don't. I trust Jaylen Brown more, but Jaylen Brown doesn't have the game to get it done late. He's an early guy. He's the one that gets him off to the start. Marcus Smart is another alpha, but he's got a C game, not a B game. And so, that's kind of where you run, but you don't have, the coach they had last year, made them better for a defensive team, and I think that's what got them to where they needed to be last year, that their defense overcame a lot of their inadequacies or their, what's the word I'm looking for? On offense, they're just, you don't know what the hell you're going to get from point A to point B. So their defense covered up a lot of that, which is what I was saying about the Thunder. The Thunder offensively, they're great. They've got some ability to do some things. But what do we need? We need some scorer. We need another three-point shooter. We need to get better wing defensively. We need to be longer, and we need to be able to protect the paint. And we're going to talk more about that on After the Storm tonight on Wednesday, because every Wednesday we are going to do our Thunder Weekly show. And so, anyway, we'll talk more about that. But like I said, you can go and I will give you the update on how to watch that here in a little bit. But that being said, I don't know what their identity with the Boston Celtics is, and if they get beat, do you take them apart? It's kind of like the Golden State Warriors. What do you do with them? Do you take them apart? Do you keep them together? What do you do? Because to me, everybody loves Draymond, everybody loves Clay. I mean, to me, Draymond and Clay need to go. They're not going to get you wins. They are old, and if you want to go ahead and pay Draymond, which is what he wants, that max extension, I'm like, why would you do that? I mean, he can't get you. I mean, yeah, he has his spots, but he's going to turn the ball. He's older. He doesn't play defense as well, as good, as much. Now, you can give me all the analytics all you want to. All I know is that I'm watching the game. I watch with my eye. Now, the question is, if you go with Draymond and you go with Clay and you get rid of Jordan Poole and you get rid of Moody or you get rid of Kuminga, whatever, and you go younger, or you stay with your old and you try to draft and trade your younger pieces for older, you're talking about 2 years. In another 2 years, you're going to be done. This dynasty, you guys, I mean, other than Steph, this team is done. You got to go younger. Now, the thing is this, Jordan Poole, he's going to have to decide to play defense, but he's flashy. He likes to go out there and he creates. And I heard a stat today that he averages 26 without Steph and like 18 with Steph on the floor. Well, he doesn't have to score with Steph on the floor. Doesn't have to. Because Steph is doing the scoring. Steph is the man. Jordan will never be Steph Curry. I mean, and he's high to think he will. But will he be effective? Yes. Will he be able to score? Yes. Is he Steph Curry? No. But I look at it this way. I say, this is what you do. You get rid of Draymond and you get rid of Clay. And you keep the other guys and you get Jordan Poole to go, listen, if you want to be a champion, you're going to have to play defense at some point. You're going to have to be a two-way player to be great. That's just plain and simple. Now, the problem is you look at Steph, and Steph is not a two-way player. Steph is a one-way player. Steph tries to play some defense, and he does every now and then, but Steph is strictly offensive. And Jordan Poole is the next Steph. Clearly, that's what you got him there for. But do you want to be old and give it 2 more years? You're not going to win the championship again with this team. It's not happening. And these people can be, as crazy as they want to and delusional as they want to. They're not going to win again with this team. You're getting old. It doesn't matter. Young legs prevail. Youth prevails. Now, as a younger team, like with the Thunder, what do we need? We need some players, and we'll talk about that. And my guy Nathan Taylor asked me who, and I told him DeAndre Ayton. I think I like Ayton. Trade with Phoenix. But I don't like trading within the conference. I don't like, because what do you give up for them? Well, we're not giving up SGA. We're not giving up Dort. We're not giving up J-Dub, and we're not giving up Josh, for sure. We're not giving up any of that. And I don't think we need to give up Dort either, because I think you got to have that steady defensive player. But you can give up a Wiggins. You've seen what Isaiah Joe does, because that's what Phoenix needs. They need role players. I can see that. You can give up Sarge. Maybe you can give up a Poku that come in there and run up and down the court and, be an additional guy with them. So maybe you can do something like that and trade with them. But we'll talk more about that tonight with the Thunder when we talk about what's going to happen with the Thunder and what they need to do. So we'll talk more about that tonight on After the Storm. But that being said, what does Golden State do? To me, you get rid of Draymond and you get your trade. You trade for sure Clay, but this is the deal. You have them for 1 year. Next year's the last year, because after that, they're free agents. They can do whatever the hell they want. So what do? I think you trade them. I don't think you trade your young guys, because if you trade your young guys, then you're trading away your future. You're done after a couple more years. You're going to be done. Yeah, you're going to be successful. Yeah, you can go by, oh, look, we had 4 and 8 and all of that nonsense, but you don't win 2 of those without KD. That's a fact. You can say what you want to. You're not beating LeBron twice. That's the reason why you went and got KD, because you had to have somebody to offset LeBron. And that's what KD did, those 2 series. Now you turn around and you've got your guys back. But Draymond is your glue, whatever, but he's also the cancer on the team. He is the guy that got rid of KD because he wasn't the man anymore. Jordan Poole steps up. He's not the man anymore. And I don't care what you say, that put a rift between their team. And there's no way that you don't know that. There's no way you don't know that. So the question is this. Do you stay young? Do you deal with the next 2 years to get these guys ready for Steph's last 2 to 3 years run? Because Steph maybe has 4, maybe 5 years left. Or do you go ahead and say, screw it, I'm going to get rid of my young guys. I'm going to keep Clay and Draymond, and then we're going to keep going with where we're going to go, and we're going to be old, and we're going to try to put some pieces with this team. But at the end of the day, Clay can't guard anymore. Draymond really can't either. He can guard a big man here and there, but he can't guard Anthony Davis. That is clear. And I don't care what anybody says. If De'Aaron Fox had not broke his finger, Golden State would be done already. Because in that game 5, when he missed 6 shots in the last second, the best closer in the NBA all year long, he's not going to go for a 6. That's just like saying SGA, who's the second best closer, is going to go for 6 in the fourth quarter. We know that's not going to happen. SGA is not going over 6. We know that. De'Aaron Fox is not going to go to over 6, get his shot blocked twice with a regular finger. SGA, same thing. He's not going to go over 6 and get his shot blocked twice. Not happening if he's healthy. Not happening. So Golden State is at the end. They've got to make a decision. Just like the Celtics. What do the Celtics do? To me, they've been trying to trade Jaylen Brown for the simple fact they've known for 2 years it's not going to work. That's why they've tried to trade him. They know it's not going to work. You're in the locker room. You see. You see it's not going to work. What do? It's just like Oklahoma City. When you had KD and you had Russell, and you didn't add anything to them to make that team better. You'd add 0 to them. So when KD left, you got rid of Ibaka. All you had was Steven Adams and Russell. You're not going to win anything with those two. Like I said, Russell is a alpha with a B game. He's not an alpha with an A game. The guy with the alpha game or the A game was KD, but he doesn't have the alpha mentality. Devin Booker does not have an alpha mentality. He's got the alpha game, but he doesn't have that, let me get in your face, let me make things happen. That's not Devin Booker, nor is that KD. That's what Chris Paul's role was. And Chris Paul, let's face it, unfortunately, he may come back for Game 6, but I don't see that happening. So we shall see how that works and how that's going to go. So, but that being said, I like what I've seen. The NBA is just getting better. And then, of course, the games tonight. We've got some big games tonight, as we all know. Oh, I do have Neds in there. As we know tonight, we have the Knicks at the Heat. The Heat at the Knicks. And we shall see what's going to happen there. The Heat should take care of business and finish the Knicks off in Game 5 at the Garden. Now, the Knicks, they have to step up. But like I said, the thing with the Knicks is Julius Randle. We talked about that yesterday. Julius Randle is not – he's a 3-4. He's not a 2 guy. He doesn't have the game in order to be that second scorer. That's just not what he is. He's a third guy. He's a third, fourth guy. He's not a number 2, and they're trying to make him in. But a lot of that has to do with Tom Thibodeau. He only plays a certain amount of guys, and he did that after Christmas break. He only played 8, 9 guys, and that's what happens with us teams every year, year in and year out. He plays them to death, so by the time the playoffs come, they're done. That's what he does. He's a great coach defensively, but he demands so much out of them, and they are long, they are athletic. They just can't score. So defensively, they beat teams up. Well, and eventually you have to be able to score at some point. But they're so tired and so worn out by the end of the year, they can't do it, and that's what happens to Tom Thibodeau every year. He has not changed. He's not going to change his mentality. He's going to win games. He's going to get to the playoffs. He's going to get to the semifinals, and he's going to lose simply because his guys run out of gas, and he needs a secondary scorer. That's what they have to have. Lakers and Warriors, like we talked about, I like the Lakers. I think Drew and I talked about the perfect scenario for the Lakers was what? They got to beat Memphis in 4-5. Or 5-6. They accomplished that to get that rest in order to beat that Game 1 to get the games at home against the Warriors. So now they've got home court advantage again. The question is tonight, what do you do? And we'll go through Drew Hinthorn's picks, HuskerDrewPicks.com. We'll go through his picks and see what he's been doing or who he has picked. The Lakers, I think the Lakers are +8 or 9 or something stupid tonight. So we'll see what's going to happen with that and what he's got picked. But I do believe the Warriors should win because they are at home. I think the Lakers need to close this game out. I think they need to win Game 5 so they can be at home resting because I think tomorrow they need for the Suns to come back and win Game 6 in order to go to a Game 7. Or if the Lakers do lose tonight, they have to come back and win and hope that the Suns win tomorrow night so that they can get that extra day's rest because they've got to close it out. The Lakers are undefeated, and I think if the Lakers can win and get some rest, they can go and get that still game one from Denver, just like they did against the Warriors to take home court advantage, and they are undefeated at home. So their role players play really well. But anyway, that's the recipe for the Lakers. Drew called that perfectly, said this is what needs to happen. They need to win in 5. They need to win. They'd be able to win in 6. Get that rest, turn around, beat Denver in game one, steal home court again, and be able to finish them off in 6 again at LA. That was Drew's recipe for the Lakers to get to the championship, get to the NBA Finals, and it looks like that is happening. But once again, they need to take care of business tonight. If not, they've got to win on Friday to close everything out. But then again, they do need help from the Suns in order to extend it because uh, because they definitely need to do that. So if they can do that, it's going to be fantastic for the Lakers. They'll be in great position. But once again, they have to take care of business, and I think the Warriors are in disarray right now. And like I said, we had just talked about what the Warriors needed to do in order to get their thing or get their championship run done or in order to expand. Do they go younger, which is what they've been doing with Kuminga and Moody and Poole, and they keep Clay or they keep Steph, or do they say, no, we're going to go stay older and keep Draymond? I think you got to get rid of Clay no matter what. I think Clay is just a shell of himself, but he did come back, and he has come back from his injury, and he has gotten better. Because remember, he took, 2 years off because of injury, so it's going to take him a while to get back. But I believe you go younger, and you just do this team out for the next 4 to 5 years, and either way, you take a year next year because they're not going to win with Draymond and Clay. They're just not. They're old, and they're just not going to be able to get it done no matter what these guys on these guys on the TV and whatever, and YouTube, whatever. They're not winning. It's not happening. So that being said, I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate everything they do for me, keep me up and running. And in fact, I definitely need to call Russell to get my Stream Deck done. So instead of me thumbing through, I can just push a button that says camera, that says the graphics on there, so I can push a button that goes right to that screen instead of me having to scroll down and you see my eyes looking down while I'm scrolling. Boom, I hit the button and I'll be right there. So if you have any needs for them to write software, they can do software that makes your office run smoother. Or if you really need them to, they can write a website design for you. They can buy computers. They can tie them up with your networks. They can improve your existing network. They can add computers to any network that you have. But the thing that I like about them is they're well-rounded, but most importantly, they can remote in and not have to come and disrupt your office, but they can remote in and fix whatever is going to be wrong with your computer system before they have to come in, like with mine. Mine was all messed up. Hey, you need a USB-C port. Oh, okay, boom, go in there and get me. And, of course, I bought a couple of extras so that I would have them. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, my guy Mark Long is the dude for that, to go out and get any surveying. They like to be behind the scenes. They like to come out and build your complex, everything set up so all your sewage, everything runs perfectly. You won't have to worry about any flooding and all of that. They are the people for that. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have any needs for rocks or dirt to be moved, he is the dude for that in his dump truck. Greg and Max Nafee for supporting me and everything that they always support me in everything I do from my academy. And of course, they can be proud that they started it 13 years ago with me, and they have 3 kids or 4 kids that got scholarships because of their sponsorships. So that's what they do, and I appreciate Greg and Max for that. Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, and they are a member of the FDIC and also a sponsor for us to go out and do remote live streams for black minority and women-owned businesses. And we were at Georgia's yesterday, and in fact, that's how we got hooked up with got the information about the USA Gymnastics as we were out doing the remote. So we appreciate them for sponsoring us for that. And you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com to pre-qualify for any loans, commercial or personal, or you can go in. They are a personal bank, so go into the main bank and see Joe Horn, the Horn Man, or Nathan Taylor, Carson Wright, and sometimes Kent. Or you can go upstairs to see Mama Carolyn if you want to. You can go at that. And of course, that's at the YNB Main Bank at 401 Elm there in downtown Yukon. YNB East is off the Parkway in 66. YNB Mustang there at 218 North Mustang Road in Mustang, Oklahoma. YNB Parkway, which is on Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there on Garth Brooks, right in front of Integris Hospital. YNB Peoples, which is the bank I always go to, at 6201 Northwest 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell, and you can go in and see my boy Eddie or Dennis, either one of those. And so, but like I said, or you can go online and pre-qualify and then go into the bank and they can let you know what you got and what's going on. And then last but not least, DT Construction and Consulting. Contact them at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. If you have any needs for roofing right now, I think Drew is on a roof. He was on a roof yesterday. Then he's going out there, do fencing. They do remodeling of homes. If you need that stuff done, they are a full construction and consulting business. You can contact them also, and you can email them at dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. That's dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. They are respectful, local, and most importantly, they are loyal. And you can contact my guy, Drew Henthorn, who is the owner for that. So I highly recommend those guys. I mean, I think Drew has gotten, he's done, they're doing 12 or 14, 15 roofs across Yukon and out and about the surrounding area simply because of the storm that went through. And they are really, like I said, they're very, very good at what they're doing. That's personal and business. If you have a business and your roof messed up, hey, they're for that. Or if you've got some damage that you need done to your facial part of your building, they can fix that. They can come in, they can do inside stuff if you need that, as well as fencing. So they can do a little bit of everything. So I highly, highly recommend you contacting DT Construction for that, especially with the storms. And then we've got some more storms coming in now. So I highly recommend you using them. Now, that being said, speaking of Drew, it's a Drew Henthorn show, it seems like. But anyway, on HuskerDrewPicks.com, Drew has been on fire. What was he last night? He was on fire again last night, I know. Let me see, what was he? He won the Kraken. I know he won the Phillies. He won the Canes. Well, actually, he lost the Kraken. He won the Canes. He did the Braves. I know that the Yankees, he did the Suns and Nuggets. Let's see, what else did he get? Or he lost that one. Anyway, what was he, 5-2, I think, yesterday. So we'll see. But I know he was 7-1 the day before. So, not a bad deal if you're counting. I know that he's somewhere around 60 or so %, which is really, really good in betting. Anybody that says they're higher than that, they're crazy, because it is gambling. And, if you're in the high 50s and you are a person who can go out and give bets, you are doing fantastic. So he is definitely that. I'd say he's around 60%. And, of course, that's my boy Ace. What you doing, Ace? He's over there protecting the house. Somebody's walking by and he's not happy about that. It's what he does. That's my boy. Taking care of business, taking care of his house. Anyway, tonight he's got the Lakers +8. We were talking about that, whether I knew that he had the Lakers. I just don't remember. I know it's a high number. A lot of people are expecting the Warriors just to smash them and blow them out, kind of like what Denver did with Phoenix. And also, but I think it's more like what Philly did to Boston. I think it's the same type of scenario. The Lakers can come back and I think, capture Game 5, kind of like what the 76ers did in Boston at Boston. And I think that the Lakers can possibly do the same thing. Knicks -3, 120. Man, I think the Knicks are favored tonight. Everybody thinks they're going to come back and take care of business, which we shall see. Don't think that they're going to lose at home at MSG, Madison Square Garden, if you don't know what MSG is, the mecca of basketball. So we shall see what's happening on that. I think that the Heat are just going to take care of business and smash them out to get some rest, because Jimmy Buckets needs some rest. Lakers and Warriors, I think he's agreed with that, over 226. -110. I think the Lakers and the Warriors, I think they're going to be all out. I don't think that, the Lakers are going to get blown out. I mean, they could, but I do believe it's going to be a high-scoring game. Knicks and Heat under 209. As we talked about, the Knicks just can't freaking score. I mean, they can, but they can't score consistently. So I agree 100% with what Drew's saying with the Heat and the Knicks. The Dodgers taking the money line minus 165. Astros also the money line at 130. Cubs at minus 109, and the Pirates. Man, that team, they're looking really, really good. After Drew, we talked about that. I think it was Monday, and man, I tell you what, the Pirates they're a team you definitely need to watch. And Drew has been all over them this year. Minus 139 for the Pirates. Padres and Twins. He's taking the over. They're in the Twin Cities, over 8.5. Minus 115. And then those Leafs, he's taking the Leafs tonight, that they will actually show up and do something. And my guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman, will talk more about that. But anyway, he's taking the Leafs tonight. Money line, minus 120. The G Knights, plus 165. The Canes, Drew's Canes, he loves those Canes now. He's a Blues guy. But Drew's Blues, he's a St. Louis Blues guy, but he's taking the Canes since the Blues were not in the playoffs at plus 130. And then the Hurricanes and Devils, he's saying that's going to be under 5.5. He thinks it's going to be just a bloodbath where they're just going to beat the crap out of each other and not do a whole lot of scoring. That's what it looks like to me of what he's trying to say tonight. Oh, I just got a message from Uwe. He's at the Mont. Okay, well, he's having a cocktail at the Mont. Okay, bro, well, you say you want to come on, you want to promote, and what are you doing? You're at the Mont. You can't get on your phone on the patio and sit there and just Zoom in and get on the Zoom link. You can't do that, but, he's at the Mont, which is one of my favorite places, by the way. Love their patio, love their food. They're at the Mont right there. In Norman. It's one of my favorite places. I like that. By the way, thanks, bro, for inviting me. Now, we'll be free tomorrow. I've got to go to our boy's funeral and stuff tomorrow. I got to go to a funeral tomorrow. My guy, Brad Calkins, his deal is in the morning. So, not looking forward to that. I'm not a funeral guy. I don't do them. You have to be I have to be very, very close to you to attend a funeral. Nothing against a lot of people that I'm friends with, but I have to be extremely, extremely close to you because they affect me in a very, very bad, in a bad way mentally. So I don't do funerals. So I'm not looking forward tomorrow. So that basically tells me I'm just going to get probably a little hammered tomorrow, so Uber will be my life tomorrow unless I can find somebody to drive me around because I know it's going to be one of those days, and hopefully we will be on air tomorrow. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Not looking forward to it at all, but it'll be good to see Angie, give her a big old hug, and the girls and the son. So I'll do, but I don't do funerals. So in the future, if you people have not seen me at your friend's funeral, at somebody's funeral that I've been friends with, I have to be extremely close. It's nothing against that. It just really affects me in a very hard way. So I don't do them. It brings back feelings from my parents' funeral and how that affected me, and how I went on a bad binge for a couple years after my mom and dad's funeral. So I don't do that. And it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing against people or anything like that. So now let's talk about something a little bit more better. Let's talk about the NFL schedule has come out. Well, not the NFL schedule, but they gave us a tease. They teased us. Is what they did with some games that will be coming out. And one thing that struck me was the Packers talking about having patience with Jordan Love. What does that mean exactly? In the league, the season hasn't started yet, and I'm sure people are excited about it because, he's finally going to get a chance to play. And he did pretty well the last time I saw him. It wasn't like he was terrible, but the Packers are just trying to slow down expectations, which I don't know how good or bad that really is by them coming out. What is this, May? And you're already telling the Packer fans to be patient. So I don't know how good of a sign that is for the people there in Green Bay. But anyway, Week 4, Jaguars and Falcons. These 3 games are in London, which I thought were interesting that the Falcons are going to be in London back to back. Now, for your family, that's a pretty good deal to have your family there back to back weeks. So that's 2 full weeks that you will be in London and on the Jaguars. Penny, not your penny. So, and I don't know if you've been to London, but it's not the cheapest place to live. So, or to stay. So that being said, Jaguars are going to fit the bill for 2 weeks for your family. Hey, that's not a bad gig to have, and you can be in London, which is as long as it doesn't rain every other second while you're there. But London, what a fantastic place it is. But anyway, I thought that's funny that the Jaguars are going to be back to back. They're in London weeks 4 against the Falcons, which who the hell wants to see that? But people are going to definitely want to see Trevor Lawrence and Josh Allen. Joined by my guy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, brother?
Big Red, baby. Here, back in black.
Yeah. Well, I'm popping up the schedule here. What's up with the Jaguars back-to-back to London? I mean, really?
Is the schedule out right now?
No. They did a tease. We got the Week 4 Jaguars versus the Falcons in London, and then
I saw something like that.
Then you got the Bills and the Jaguars. Then you've got the Ravens and the Titans the following week in London. So you have 3 straight weeks of
if you're the Jaguars, you're going to get married. You just go ahead and plan a wedding over in London.
Well, dude, I mean, think about that.
Team pay for it.
Yeah, the team's going to pay for 2 weeks, 14 days in London. That's at a 5-star hotel.
Hey, killing 2 birds, 1 stone there.
Not a bad gig at all, brother. Not a bad gig. Then you got the Chiefs and the Dolphins in Germany on Week 9. And you've got the Colts and the Patriots.
I don't see how the NFL relinquished that game. That could be a pretty big game.
Yeah, it's going to be on TV. But they're just trying to cultivate
I know, but, letting it go out of the United States, that's kind of surprising.
Well, they're trying to cultivate that European connection, let's face it. But how about Tyreek Hill calling? How about talking trash on the Chiefs? Dude, don't hate. You left for the money, and I think even you said, first of all, they're the only team that took a chance on you after you were basically accused of being a wife beater, domestic violence. Nobody wanted you. The Chiefs took a chance on you, paid you a lot of money. You leave to get paid $75 million guaranteed, whatever it was. Why are you hating? They won a championship without you. Why are you mad? Why are you talking about them?
Yeah, the value of a good job whenever you're in high school to mow a yard or wait tables or something like that, and you learn the lesson of never burn a bridge. I guess they just haven't learned that one yet.
I mean, Drew, I'm just going, why the Chiefs don't even bring you up. They don't even talk about you. And you constantly have got their name in your mouth. You call them, Q. I couldn't even understand what he said. But, he was on there. But anyway, it's just ridiculous. Let's move on. Then you've got the Dolphins at the Jets for Black Friday. How about a game on Black Friday?
I like it. You know me, I'm always watching games on Black Friday with the Big Red.
That's what I'm saying, but it's usually college week. It's usually because of big. Hey, what's up, Ben? Because it's usually
what's happening is you got Nebraska and Georgia Tech are the only 2 games on Black Friday anymore.
Well,
the NFL saw an opening and went ahead and put that on there.
Yep.
The Amazon owner, he's the one that has the game on Black Friday, so he's going to be rolling in the money that day.
Oh, he's going to be making big money. He's going to get money on TV.
When the Huskers are 11-0 going into Black Friday, I don't want to hear nothing.
Oh, my God. You know what, Ben? Anyway, Week 16, you have the Giants at the Eagles for Christmas Day. That's usually NBA. I cannot believe the NFL is jumping on Christmas Day. That's usually reserved for the NBA, but now they're jumping in on that too.
Well, it's a Sunday this year.
Oh, is it? Is that why?
Yep, and Christmas Eve is a Sunday as well.
Yeah, how nice is New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve going to be on a Saturday. That'll be beautiful.
Yep, and they pushed. I believe the college national championship got pushed to that following day. On that Monday, there's going to be 2 games from what I read.
So they're just taking over. They don't care. They're just big dogging everybody, huh?
Oh yeah, they're saying, hey, this is our schedule. You guys can just you change yours because this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
Hey, speaking of schedules, did you see that Colorado's over-under is 3?
I don't care, dude. Who cares, dude? You need to get over that. I can't wait till they beat Nebraska so you would shut the hell up. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that game, bro. I can't wait for that game. I can't wait. I mean, you running your mouth. Every time you start running your mouth like that, something bad always happens. Happens to the Cowboys when you start running your mouth. So go right ahead. They go right ahead because I just cannot wait. Now, one thing I was going to talk about, besides that is that, did you see what happened to Huggy Bear?
Yeah, $1 million in 2 games.
Yeah, did you see that, Ben? We talked about that yesterday a little bit. 3 games.
You guys act like $1 ain't nothing. $1 million is a lot of money.
Well, 3 games. 3 games. He lost 3 games and $1 million. Yeah, $1 million.
I don't know what his salary is, but 32 games. Say he's probably making what, $5 million a year
at least.
So it really probably cost him closer to $2 million.
Yep, at least because 3 games with that, yeah. And he apologized, but he was fined $1 million in 3 games. I mean, I'm like,
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Sort of anger management, gender training, or something.
You know, I mean, I understand these guys, but see, that's what I'm saying. You know, you and Ben and I were talking about old school guys like that. They feel the way they feel. They think the way they think. Okay, yeah. I mean, they just do. You know, and they're so used to saying whatever the hell they want and doing whatever the hell they want for all this time. That's just them.
Yeah,
and
100%. That's just, I mean, kind of going back to the Jerry Jones thing. I mean, at the time he didn't know, but this is today.
Yep.
So it's just this just happened. This just recently happened.
Well, this just recently, but you know, Jerry Jones, you can't talk. Something he did in the '60s.
That was.
I mean, are you serious?
I mean, come on. Going back to the way you were raised and different things. I mean, saying just like he might have been raised that way, but you can't talk like that.
Yeah,
you gotta get her.
I'm African. I'm African American, and that didn't bother me. I'm like, dude, that was in the '60s. Are you serious? If you're alive in the '60s. Yeah, really? You understand. That was a completely different mentality.
That was a different time.
It was a different mentality.
I think he was 12 years old or something.
It was something stupid, dude. It's like, come on, man. I mean, really? I mean, y'all. But that's my thing.
Yeah, the Huggins thing.
Yeah.
When you're 12, that's more of a product of your parents than you.
Yep. And then of course J.J. Redick up for the Toronto Raptors job, and I'm just laughing at that. I'm like, really, J.J. Redick? I mean, did y'all not?
I think it's just because he's on ESPN.
I mean, did they not learn the lesson of Jeff Saturday, or what you call him being Jeff Sunday?
Yeah.
Jeff not Sunday. Jeff not Sunday.
See you Monday.
See you Monday. But, you know, I'm just sitting there laughing and like, but you know, I saw this thing where Canada's taxes is 50.5. Did you know that?
That's a percent?
Yeah. Yes.
You also get a lot more stuff paid for.
Yeah, that's true, but you get 40.5%. You only get $4.50, $4.05 out of every dime, or $4.50 out of every $10. That's a lot of money. 45 cents out of every dollar. That's all you get.
That's wild.
That's a lot. If you don't have any health problems and you're not living off the government for your health problems, then you're probably screwed.
Yeah, I mean, god dang, man. I said,
probably just rent an apartment and have your family live somewhere else too at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy. But so anyway, but he'll go wherever he's going to go. But I'm like, why would you even think about that? That's the difference between franchises who are reaching and those that are stable. When you're thinking about J.J. Redick, he don't know nothing about coaching. Yeah, he's got contacts, but how many people actually like him? How many players actually like him? You know what I mean? Him talking to you on the radio and y'all hanging out and you wanting to go play for him are 2 totally different things. Or on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Are 2 totally different things. But in hockey last night, Ben, we had some pretty good games last night. Were you excited about what you saw last night?
I mean, I liked it. I like seeing the Canes go up and the Stars. I mean, I had them both, and I had them both on the over just because I felt it was going to go over. I know Drew had the under on that Canes game, but I did have the over on that one. So that was only.
That's all right. I'll take the win.
Yeah. The win was huge. I mean, it was massive second period. They had 5 goals. I mean, I was literally cooking dinner. I turned around and I think they scored like 3 goals in like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Or
it was
insane.
That. Like literally, I was watching. I turned around. I was like, "What? Wait a minute. What's the score?"
Yeah, I literally like stirring up some food. And like we turned back around, it was like game over pretty much at that point. But I mean,
the Canes are probably the. I mean, are we saying now that the Canes are probably the favorite to win the cup?
Yeah, I think they've been my favorite now for I mean, pretty much since this series, like since the second round started up, them, and then I mean,
They've been my favorite
I
since
really
I
like
had
the
to
Knights
choose.
on the
They were
other
my
side.
favorite since I had to choose a team.
Yep,
You mean a team that was in the playoffs?
good call. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing in that game last night was the Devils. They had 26 giveaways, and the Canes they only had 2. So I mean, can't really win a game when you're just giving the puck away like that constantly over and over and over.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
No.
And then my Stars took care of business, getting the home quarterback, getting the home court, getting home ice back like that.
Yep. The game was starting to get a little chippy. The Stars started to play with a little piss and vinegar, a little bit of jam. They were starting to rough it up a little bit, which that's when they start to play their best. They also had a huge second period. They had 4 goals in their second period, and Ottinger and net. He only had to have 16 saves, which sometimes you don't need a bunch. You just got to get enough to win. But big thing here, Drew. Remember this for the next time the Stars lose a game. He is 4-0 in the playoffs after a loss. So next time,
we called out ahead that we knew the Canes were going to come out and destroy the Devils last night. We knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I knew the Stars was going to come out and handle their business, so that's all. And by the way, I've got the only team that's actually still in the playoffs. Just FYI.
Yep, sure
just
do.
FYI.
And you got Pavelski back. He's healthy. He scored another goal last night. He's looking good.
Drew's Blues didn't have a chance. Your Bruins choked. And my Stars are still.
Yeah, the Blues got raided in free agency.
Whatever.
So
hey, Drew. Is it right? Drew's whatever. Your team was not a part of it.
Product of their environment.
Drew,
mine blew it.
His blew it. Yours were just non-effective. So just go on and call that what it is. Okay, tonight we've got the Leafs at the Panthers. Are those Leafs going to do anything?
I hope not, because I'm being a Bruins fan. I hate the Leafs, so I'm excited to see them. Hopefully they get swept. I mean, Cats being an 8 seed here, the Panthers, I mean, they're just playing with house money, carefree hockey. Sometimes that's just the best way to go about it, I think. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way in basketball. Like, you're coming up in a series and, you got, everything's out of there. You might as well just play how you want and everything's just working out well for them. But the Leafs' big 4, they're Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares. They have 0 goals this series. And between the 4 of them, they make up $40.5 million of the $82.5 million cap. And they got 0 goals. So I know it's kind of like, it's not like basketball where that's only 4 guys instead of half your team, most of your team. I mean, so they're kind of, I related to some of those NBA, big 3 teams, and they're just not getting it done. They're just not cutting it. Yeah. So they need to get something going. But I do like the Panthers tonight. I'm probably going to take them tonight.
Well, then Drew, you took the Leafs, didn't you?
I did take the Leafs just because everybody's all over the Panthers jock after winning 2 on the road, talk about how they've got it wrapped up. And usually when stuff like that happens and everybody's on something, I'll take the other side and ride with Vegas. Yep. There's a lot of shiny buildings out there in the middle of the desert because everybody wins, I bet. Yep.
And then I got a whole bunch of futures that were on the Leafs, so I can lose this one and I'll be fine.
Yep. Then of course the G Knights at the Oilers. Are the Oilers going to have any kind of fight in them, or the G Knights just going to handle business?
Man, the G Knights are a lot to handle. I mean, it's a huge game here tonight. So, I mean, the Oilers on the ropes. I mean, like we've seen all playoffs. If Draisaitl and McDavid have 0 points, they have 0 shot. So like they both need probably about 2 points each, and I think they got a chance. But with the Knights up here 2-1, I mean, it's kind of last chance here for the Oilers. I don't see Vegas losing 2 home games because they're going to have 2 home games after this, even if they lose. So I don't really see that happening, but I didn't really take one in this one. The under-over was 7, so I'm not going to touch that. But I am going to sprinkle McDavid first goal of the game because he usually comes out buzzing, especially at home. I think I saw it right around 700 or so, plus 700.
Well, especially since he didn't have a point the other day.
Yeah, he's going to score. They're both going to score. I think even if they lose, I think McDavid's going to have at least 1. And I imagine he usually comes out in the first 5 minutes. You can tell, like, if you watch him play, he's the fastest man on the ice. He's going to come out buzzing around. So I think he's going to have at least something. And he's the captain. He's got to do something here.
Go ahead, Drew.
Oh, I'm good. You guys go ahead. I like the G Knights tonight. I've got them in my slate plus the 165.
Yeah.
Anytime G Knights are getting that kind of money, plus money, I'll ride them.
And if you want to sprinkle in the regulation, I believe it was plus 235 if you do it. But, if they win without going to overtime, I believe the G Knights are right around plus 235, plus 240 at this point.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't get on that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably going to ride both of those as well, is what I was going to say, because I think they're just going to take over.
Well, I'm sitting there. I'm looking at the standings. The Panthers are up 3-0, and the Leafs are playing at home. Then you've got the Canes up 3-1 on the Devils, so the Canes are probably going to take care of business at home.
The Leafs are on the road tonight at Florida.
Yep.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, Florida won the first 2 games on the road.
Yep.
Okay, I've got that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
funny.
Oh, no.
They were all talking about how Florida, that fans were, chanting, we want, where Toronto was chanting, we want Florida, and Florida come and beat their ass twice.
Yeah, no, I do have that on my games. I've got it right on my games. I'm looking at the standings.
Those are the standings.
Those are standings. It's completely different.
Right?
It's different on the standings.
You got it right.
Yeah, I got Florida up 3-0 on the. I'm talking about the standings, so I probably anyway. I got it right on my.
Scores,
yeah, I have it right on the games tonight. I have everybody where they should be.
Yeah.
The Canes up 3-1 over the Devils. Kraken and Stars 2-2, and then the G9s 2-1, which is why the Oilers have to win tonight. I mean, it's a must. And then in my NBA standings, I was looking at that. And I'm going, man, I tell you what, NBA standings, it's insane how the way that it's set up on each side. It's like the Lakers over the Warriors 3-1, the Knicks over the Heat over the Knicks 3-1, and then the other 2 series are 3-2.
Yeah, what's good for the NBA? They clearly want Philadelphia or Boston, obviously, coming out of the East, or New York, obviously, but I don't think New York's going to come. It's just out of market style, right? And then you probably just want LA or Golden State, not really Phoenix or Denver.
They want LA.
They want the Lakers. They want LeBron, and they want that. They want the LA market for sure.
They'd love to see an LA Phoenix series.
Yeah.
Does it work the same with escrow in there, where all the money, depending on the market, the players split it up to pay it off at the end of the year? How does that go?
No, you get so much money. You get automatic. You get in the NBA, you get automatic. Like in the NFL, you get automatic. Everybody, you make it this far, this is how much you get. Yeah, it's just set up. You get there's no escrow. It's like if you're in the finals, you get this amount. If you're in the quarterfinals, you get this amount. This is all gravy money for them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
you still get a paycheck and stuff in the NHL play.
Pocket money.
You still make game checks and stuff and all that.
Well, like in the NFL and NBA, I guess, and like in hockey, when the basketball, you get paid from the season 1 to the season end. Playoffs is all about extra money. That's all it is.
Exactly. Yeah, you still get paid. Yeah, every game that you play in the playoffs, you still get paid.
You still get paid. Yeah, you get paid a certain amount of money.
And then you also get paid escrow at the end of the year. It goes into the win.
You get more money, and you get more money as it goes on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. But the one in hockey is just depending on the market size. So right now, none of these markets honestly are any good for the escrow if you're looking at it, because they're all kind of smaller markets. I mean, none of these teams that are left in the Cup finals have won a Cup since 2006. So in none of our very big markets, Toronto's going to lose out Edmonton, and once they get out, both those teams are kind of the bigger ones. And other than that, escrow's going to go down.
Yeah, well, I just think, what do you think, Drew, about the Sixers and the Celtics? They got to put on that. We didn't talk about that, but they just spanked them last night. My God.
Loved it. Boston can't lose enough for me.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there talking about earlier. I was like, if Golden State loses, who do you get rid of? Do you stay young or do you stay old? That's what you do. If you're the Celtics, they've been trying to get rid of Jaylen Brown forever. They're just trying to get rid of him. For the last 2 years, they've been trying to trade him.
I'll take him in L.A.
Well, because clearly he doesn't work with Jason Tatum. Clearly that and him and Mark.
They're not on the same page.
Yeah, clearly if you've been trying to get rid of him, they're not working together. Clearly. So that's the thing with them. Now, if you're the Warriors, what do you do? Do you keep Draymond because he and Clay are both coming up? Do you pay them?
I think Draymond might as well be a package deal with Kyrie because they're both going to be Lakers next year.
Man, I'm curious what they're going to do with Draymond.
Well, the whole thing is that what he did for Jordan Poole, you can say whatever you want to, that destroyed that team chemistry.
Sure. I don't think they won a road game since.
I mean, they have, but you know what I'm saying? What I'm just saying is everybody.
I was being facetious.
I know, but they haven't. They had the worst road record, and this is like this. Like I tell people all day long, had De'Aaron Fox not broke his finger, he's not going 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter in Game 5. That's not happening.
I agree.
That's not happening. Okay, so all these people running out and say you're tripping. He led the league in scoring in the fourth quarter, and the SGA was second. That's just like saying the SGA is going to go 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter with 2 blocked shots. That is not happening with the game on the line. He's not doing that. So
No.
I think it's only a matter of time for the Golden State Warriors. I think you keep Steph and you get rid of the other two and you stay young. And you force Jordan Poole and go, Jordan, dude, you got to start playing some defense. Or act like you want to at least. But then, of course, Steph doesn't play defense, so that's where he's learning from.
Yep, agree.
And if
he's only 6'3" and $125, so it ain't like he's guarding too many folks in the NBA.
And how about LeBron just every time he saw Steph, he just and that's what you do. Why are you shooting jump shots with Steph Curry on you? Just take him down low and put him in foul trouble. I mean, that's all you do. That's what you do to him every single time. It's amazing what they do. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Ben, Drew?
Let's see here. Have we already talked about the chop shop yet?
Nope.
Yes.
Just another W. Just put that one on the board. Just extending their best record in the National League.
Yes, I talked about baseball already. I'm over baseball. I already talked about it. I already talked about baseball. It's done. We're done with that.
Hey, Lakers tonight +8. Lock it up. Lakers close them out.
Well, you want to go back over your deal? I've already done it. You want to go over it?
Oh, it's all right. You got them up there. We're good.
Yeah, I went up there and went over it. But you want to talk more about some of your stuff in there?
I really like the Lakers tonight. Catching the plus money. 8's a lot of points, just like last night, where in a game 5, just like last night in Philly and Boston. I think these teams know each other too well. And if Golden State wins, it's going to be a nail biter. I think if it gets late, I think Golden State implodes, and I think the Lakers take it.
Yeah, and then also you took the over 226.5 or 226.
I did. I think it'll be high scoring. Most of these games have been right on that number. Just which Lakers team's going to show up? If AD shows up tonight,
which is his odd game. Well, no, his odd game. He's an odd game. 1, 3, and 5. This is his odd game.
Yeah, he's hit or miss. His
odd game. He's an odd game guy. There's no doubt about that. The odd game.
I just hope that as a Laker fan, I hope they're just not relying on going back home and winning, because that's not a given against champs. So.
No, it's not. Did you see that deal on Colin Cowherd? They had this corgi, and it's predicted every game correctly thus far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the guy was throwing his dog a ball, and he'd hit it up in the air, and it'd bounce and go down the stairs. And I saw that in the first game went to the Lakers. Second game went to the Golden State Warriors. 3 and 4 went to the Lakers, and 5 went to Golden State. 6 went to Golden State, and 7 went to Golden State.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see Golden State beating the Lakers 3 times in a row. I don't see LeBron letting that happen. I don't see that.
Too much will, too much manpower, too much will. Well, he's going to ill-will himself.
He's also 7-0, or 17-0.
Yeah.
And
they're undefeated at home, right?
38-0, and when his team's got a 2-game lead in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's 17-0 with a 3-game lead, 3-1 lead. He's 17-0.
3-1.
3-1 lead. He's 17-0. But Steve Kerr is also 19-0 in series. Just taking over as coach.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. So we'll see. All right, fellas. Hey, peace out. You guys be good today. Stay out of trouble.
Yep. HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
Go ahead, Ben. High Stick Harry.
All right,
go ahead and say your
boys. You guys have a good one.
All right, I may
Cheers. Enjoy all the hockey's on ESPN tonight. Cheers.
Yeah, I'll probably come up to Cass to do the show tonight for the after the storm. I may do that on the patio, or I may if I do it early, I'll do it inside around 6. If not, I'll do it outside on patio.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. It's my guy, Drew Hinthorn, HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go check him out. And my guy, High Stick Harry, our hockey, what is he? He's the hockey guru. That's what he is. He's the beast when he comes down to hockey, giving us the insights of what's going on in the NHL. That being said, everybody have a fantastic day and try